All right, you guys, welcome back. I am Celeste, and this is Entrepreneur, where we are speaking about life and life more abundantly, all things lifestyle, beauty, health, just life. So, on part one, we talked about an update on Arizona. Um, I updated you guys on me moving back home to work things out with my husband, and that most of that stemmed from my job actually not allowing me to work from home. So, with my spiritual counselor, I've been prepared for a lot of things that have come, and it has helped me tremendously grow emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even physically. So, on this update, part two, we are going to talk about health, plans for the future, and I think that's really it. We'll see how this recording goes. Definitely don't want to make it a long one. Part of my journey being here in Arizona, I started to take my health more serious. I started little by little, but definitely being more conscious of what I was eating. Um, I started doing a lot of research on healthier things to eat because I love food. So my husband has always, since I've met him, have been talking about eating right, eating properly, and just my health alone, just because of my history's health issues and his family. So my husband has always been a conscious, awoke person. And with my history of two ectopic pregnancies, with my history of fibroids, which I had, I think it's called myomectomy, surgery 2 years ago to remove fibroids from my uterus. And I'll insert a picture. It looks, I just beware. It could be a little disgusting for some of you, but I do have a picture of the fibroids that were removed, and I'll insert that here. So at that time, fibroids had been bothering me for years, but I didn't know how serious it was until I could actually see where down in my abdominal area there was a lump. That was the biggest fibroid that you saw in that picture, about 10 centimeters. Um, since having that surgery 2 years ago, I just found out last week, Thursday, by going to the emergency room, that the fibroids are growing back. And the one that was placed at the top of my uterus, so the uterus is like a triangle with the fallopian tubes, the cervix, and then the top of it. That tumor was sitting on top. And so in that place, there's a 5 centimeter one, 5.9 centimeters, I think. So there's actually 4 fibroids that have grown back. And I was hoping I was pregnant because me and my husband do want to have a baby together. I want a natural birth. I've had 2 doctors. One doctor did not look at my medical records. One doctor did my surgery, my myomectomy surgery, but they both said something about IVF. Nothing against IVF, nothing against the women that do decide to go with that route. But for me, IVF is expensive. I initially thought that IVF was a guaranteed process of getting pregnant. And for some women, that is their testimony. But I learned that there are rounds to IVF. And sometimes you get lucky on that first round, sometimes you don't. And to know that I have to inject all the stuff into my body after doing research that could cause more fibroids, that could increase the size of the fibroids. Like, a lot of estrogen is like the root cause of fibroids. And so to have to put all those hormones into my body to try to get a successful pregnancy out of IVF, I don't want to do that, number one. Number two, just my own personal life, my own personal finances at this point in my life. Not to speak on the future, not to speak on what's to come, but to spend that type of money on having a baby and then having to properly take care of that baby, being Black in America, I'm just not interested in taking that course to be a mother. Now, in all the readings that I've ever had done, not just here, but in all the readings I've ever had done, me being a mother and me having children, plenty of children, has always been in my readings. Whether that's through adoption, whether that's through natural birth, whether that's through miraculous conception, IVF, that's not the point. So I know that I am destined to have my own family. What route is the route that's going to get me there is still unknown at this moment. So last week, Thursday, January 27th, I think that was, 26th, I went to the emergency room because I was having pains that reminded me of the ectopic pregnancies that I had prior. And I had one ectopic pregnancy February 2016, and then 6 months later in August, I had a second one. That second one was on my left side, and the doctors wanted me to do inject chemo into my body to dissolve the egg, but I worked with a girl that tried that process, and the baby ended up still growing or fossilizing in her body, and so naturally she won't be able to give birth. She has to have some type of surgical procedure to be able to even get pregnant. So just with me remembering that, I said no, so I did surgery. So to my knowledge, my left tube is not any good. I don't know if it was cut, if it was burned, tied. I'm not sure. I was just so distraught in that moment. And then my aunt had just had another baby, and she really didn't need a second baby. And so I was just in a weird place in my life after having one on the right side that February 2016 that almost killed me. But that too, when it popped loose, when I got to the hospital and they finally figured out what was happening, I had surgery and they reattached that tube. So it was too soon, but in December of 2016, I had a dye test done where they put shell dye into the uterus, and they look to see if it's flowing out to the tubes, and I had no flow. And ever since then, I've just been in a place where I doubt that I could have children. So after all of that experience, I started having readings, and the reading said I would be a mother. In 2020, May of 2020, I had the myomectomy surgery to remove the fibroids, the picture that I inserted. And then here we are now, January 2023, and I'm finding out that the discomfort and the pain that I'm feeling is because I have more fibroids growing. Well, I have fibroids growing back for them that are a major issue according to a CT scan and a vaginal ultrasound and a external ultrasound, internal ultrasound and an external ultrasound, which means they did one on top of my abdominal area, and then they went in the vagina cavity to see, and then I did a CT scan. So it kind of it didn't sadden me. I got a little depressed because I have a abdominal hernia well, a hernia that's protruding through my abdominal wall that I need to have surgery to repair. One, I was planning for that. But then to find out about the fibroids and then thinking I had to do surgery again, I just felt like I don't want to keep going up under the knife, and I don't want someone to keep hacking away at my uterus. I just don't want that anymore. And it has nothing to do with not having faith on being able to have a baby naturally. I'm just over the scientific route, because even though I remember an episode on Housewives of Atlanta with Candy and getting pregnant with her son Blaze, I remember her saying that she had surgery to remove the fibroids and that the fibroids was going back. And I don't know if that's why she chose to have a surrogate for her daughter. I'm really not sure about that part, but I remember her saying something about them growing back. And I just thought, with me doing exercise, with me starting a better eating journey, that wasn't in my destiny. But here I am now, realizing that I probably have to do surgery again. And then I just started doing some research. I remember the castor oil pack that a lot of people were talking about, so I looked into that. And then Spirit led me to a program called Detox Now, and they were on the Breakfast Club. And so after my reading this morning, I decided that I'm not going to do I'm not going to have the fibroid removal surgery. I'm going to, once I get home, I'm going to, because my husband is already the head in that way. Like, he already knows. He's been telling me, he's been practicing not eating any kind of meats, eating healthier foods and stuff like that. So with some of the research that I've done, I'm just gonna go home and we do this together, which is really exciting to me, because I used to be not intimidated, but excuse me, scared of my husband not approving of me or failing my husband in some type of way. And now that that's no longer the energy that surrounds us, or that's within me, I look forward to us embarking on this journey together, just because I know the blessings that are in store for me, in store for us. So in my last days here, my last couple weeks here in Arizona, I've already started packing my things up. I've already purchased my ticket back home, and I am going to purchase that Detox Now program. And since my husband already eats healthy at home, for him, it'll just be recipes. It'll just be me cooking according to his eating habits, versus not knowing how to cook for him, since I was still a big meat eater. But I'm definitely interested in not only having a child, but healing myself and not being subject to whatever this theory is that keeps getting perpetuated about Black women in America and surgery, doctors, the hysterectomies, I want to remove myself from that. If you can understand what I mean, I don't want that energy to be, I don't want that energy a part of my world. I don't want that a part of the energy that feeds me or that exists within me. So I'm definitely going to try to eat better, eat healthier, and I'll definitely take you guys along on that journey with me, because I see that there was a lot of videos on YouTube where Black women experience fibroids and infertility, and once they decided to take a more natural way of curing themselves and getting rid of the issues, they all felt better. 1, 2, had better periods. 3, was able to conceive naturally and give birth naturally. So I'm definitely looking forward to what's coming, what's up ahead for me. And in my reading, she also said that my husband will take care of me because I'm going to be without work within the next 6 weeks once I get home. So I'm glad to hear that. And we've already planned like a romantic trip to New Orleans in March. So I'm really excited about going home. Sorry about the dog. I would really love to go home now, but just with having to, I would, sorry about that. I would really like to go home now, but there's some, the program is going to cost a couple $100 to purchase, and then I need to ship some stuff home, and I wanted to go home with some money saved up just because I know I won't be working, and eating healthy is expensive. So I'm just I'm looking forward to what's up ahead, and I'm excited. Like, just with everything that I've learned here and with everything I learned about myself here, I'm definitely excited to go home to my husband. Definitely excited. So yes, I will keep you guys updated on my Detox Now program. I'll actually once I purchase everything, I'll do a video on that when I start, just so that you guys can go along with me. And because I won't be working once I get home, it'll be easier to put out more videos, just because I have the time to record and edit and post. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching, for liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.